What is up, guys? Welcome back to another League of Legends Wild Rift video, and this time we are going to be talking about Wild Rift's potential release date, when I think Wild Rift might be released and why I think so. And yeah, basically I'm just going to be explaining why I think that Wild Rift's release might be a lot sooner than all of us expected so far, right? And in the background we have some of Zemerson's Vayne gameplay footage of the Brazilian alpha of Wild Rift. So check him out if you do enjoy this gameplay. You can see he's already clowning on the enemy, very well played. And yeah, check him out in the description and comments below. Now, back to the topic. As I said, I think Wild Rift might be coming much sooner than we all expected so far. Like I was one of the people in the boat of expecting Wild Rift's release no earlier than 2021, right? I thought it is getting delayed because Riot was kind of silent about it. It seemed like the plans aren't on track, but there is an interview that Feral Pony, which is the lead designer of Wild Rift, actually did like a week ago. And there he said, and a lot of people didn't actually see that, but there he clearly said that they are still completely on track for the 2020 release. Remember guys, when they announced Wild Rift around 7 months ago, 8 months ago now, they said that they are planning to push out testing phases along the year, but that they are planning on a full global release on mobile by the end of 2020, right? So a lot of people thought that it's gonna be summer of 2020 for some reason, but a lot of people were understanding that it probably means end of 2020, November, December, around that holiday time, we will be getting Wild Rift on our mobile devices pretty much worldwide. And yeah, I thought it's even further delayed because there were no alphas, no betas for a very long time. Riot was very silent, but I'm getting a lot of faith back because Feral Pony said those words that it's still gonna be 2020, and I'm thinking that it might even be a little bit earlier than that holiday phase. Now keep in mind guys, okay? Yeah, maybe the full global release, the full, where Riot titles it as Wild Rift is officially released, you know, no open beta, is gonna be around November, December. That probably is gonna be the case, but an open beta for Riot Games is oftentimes already a full release, okay? So far, if we compare it to other Riot Games games, especially mobile games that they launched so far, TFT Mobile and Legends of Runeterra Mobile, both of these had a very quick closed beta test, and then they went into open beta where you could download them. For me, iOS is relevant, which was that you had to change your app store to the Singapore app store because it was only available in that region, but it was an open beta, everyone could just play it. And then very rapidly, they already moved into a full release for mobile. So I feel like they won't be taking too long here either. I think we will be seeing a lot more beta tests coming out very soon in all of the other regions as well. Because it's just the way Riot handled it so far. If you compare it now to the PC games, which is a little bit less relevant than the mobile versions of the Riot games. But if you compare it to Valorant, to Legends of Runeterra on PC, to TFT on PC. TFT, for example, had a very quick alpha test where they gave it to some streamers to show, and then very rapidly went into closed beta, and then like super fast. This all happened over the span of 1.5 months. It was already pretty much fully released in an open beta, and then as soon as they had enough content to feel confident in doing advertising, doing marketing properly, then they go into that full release. Same for Legends of Runeterra. Legends of Runeterra worked beautifully on mobile, on PC for like a month, but they felt like they want to time the full release with a huge new expansion, with a Bilgewater expansion. So they did that. So yeah, also, yeah, that pretty much shows me that they will probably go into an open beta, and then as soon as they have like a couple more heroes, a couple more champions, excuse me, they will go into that full release stage. Because you can easily release a closed beta with 40 champions, with 36 champions in an alpha. You can easily release an open beta with 40 champions, honestly. But for a full release, they probably want around 45 to 50 champions. At that point, it is a very healthy amount for a release, and then maybe every 2 weeks push out a new one. I think that's the approach that makes the most sense for Wild Rift right now. So yeah, I feel like we will see in July, August, we will see some closed, maybe even open betas going on in EUNA and all the other regions as well. And also some iOS beta tests will be coming up pretty soon, I assume, maybe even July if I am lucky, because I'm sure they want to not only test the Android performance, they want to test iOS performances as well. So I am hoping to see that very soon. And also something, now these were kind of the obvious points, but there's also some not so obvious points where you really had to look at the footage and stuff of the alpha to realize. Now one big thing is, okay, usually you do an alpha stage to test if the game is broken, if the game crashes, if the game doesn't connect properly, if the networking doesn't work, if the queue system doesn't match you correctly, maybe just doesn't match you at all and stuff. Like, these are the things you want to test in an alpha stage. That's what usually companies do, and most companies keep their alpha stages secret. Like Blizzard and stuff, the alpha stages for Blizzard, it's only for the developers and their families to test, right? And it's very secret most of the time, from what I've heard. But for Wild Rift and for a lot of Riot Games, so far, TFT and stuff, they keep it public, and usually these are closed betas. You know, these are closed betas, maybe even open betas for a lot of other companies. So yeah, I think just the general consensus for Riot, they treat these things as a much more faster, like whenever they release some testing, it doesn't take a long time until it's fully released, okay? Also something to keep in mind, Tencent is helping with Riot, Riot Games with this Wild Rift project here. And so far Tencent released Arena of Valor in, that was their last MOBA that they released. And that also had an alpha stage in Vietnam and in Thailand, and like 2 months later it was already the full release, guys, in those regions, okay? In EU, I think similar. So they really don't waste their time, especially on mobile. You can't waste your time, guys, okay? You really want to abuse the hype. Wild Rift is super hyped right now. I mean, you can even see it on a lot of, on the YouTube. Like the first day of alpha, super hyped, everyone watches all the videos, everyone watches all the gameplay. And then soon after that, 2 days later, it's already like, mobile gamers just have a low, what's it called? Like, don't have a lot of patience, right? You check something out and you have so many mobile games coming out all the time that you constantly shift your interest, right? Which is understandable. It's the same for me. That is why I love mobile games, because you always have enough new content to consume. But yeah, so I feel like they won't be waiting too long here. And now another thing is just, as I said, usually you want to test that performance of the game. And you don't really want to test if a game, you don't really want to test how much blue essence you're gonna earn and how good the progression feels in the game. And Riot Games is already testing those things with this alpha, right? And usually those things are tested in a closed beta, and then you wipe the server, and then open beta, you have the right monetization that you want to achieve, right? And the right progression system that you want to achieve with the how much the new champions cost, how much you earn for every game that you play, that you can buy, how fast you can buy these champions. But here they're already testing this because you guys are asking for Yasuo gameplay, for Zed gameplay. People simply haven't bought these champions yet because the champions are pretty expensive and people are grinding for them, and you have to play a couple days to get your first like expensive champion unlocked, which makes sense, right? So they're already testing this, which again makes me feel like this is not really an alpha stage, this is kind of a beta stage, right? Already. It is already moving into that closed beta. Like a lot of other companies would call this a closed beta. Now, of course, another thing, the game seems very, very smooth. It is very well done already. There is some issues, like the minimap is kind of scuffed, it has low FPS. There is some FPS problems on highest graphics that a lot of players reported to me so far. There is, of course, the balance is all over the place, but again, you can't really expect too much balance for an alpha or a closed beta even. That is something you fine-tune later. Now, there is some glaring issues like no support items. The gold generation seems to be a little bit too fast right now. And again, this is just my experience from seeing 15 hours approximately of Wild Rift footage right now, from not only seeing it but dissecting it for you guys, commentating over it, so not just sitting there on my couch just watching a stream while doing something else at the same time, really paying attention and looking at this beautiful game. And yeah, but other than that, guys, you can easily just add support items. Like, of course these things take some time, but you can test these things in a closed beta, in an upcoming closed beta on iOS, on maybe Android. Maybe you test the crossplay between iOS and Android, you know. And I feel like we will see a lot more tests coming up very soon, because the only reason not to test a lot of stuff is you don't want to embarrass yourself, right? You don't want to embarrass yourself as a company. You can't test a product too early. If everything is scuffed and it keeps crashing, it just puts a bad light onto you. But this game, everyone is receiving it super well. The game is super smooth, the servers aren't crashing. So I feel like they will expand it gradually over the next months. And as you already saw by the dev diaries and stuff, this is, Riot is really working close with the community, is trying to tell us everything that they're working on and stuff. So I feel like they want our feedback. You can see on Twitter, they're reading. Draggles is doing an amazing job as the leader of communications for Wild Rift. And yeah, he is just doing an amazing job. He's replying to a lot of stuff. He's reading all the tweets, I'm sure of it. Some tweets are very, very bad manner, guys. Please chill out a little bit there. I know you guys are frustrated that you can't play yet, or it's probably not you guys, it's probably not my viewers, but some people are very hostile towards the devs. You can't change it, guys. It is a limited alpha test. They didn't want to test too many people right now because they probably don't have the facilities yet. Riot is very new to mobile games, okay? And all of their other mobile games, which is Legends of Runeterra and TFT right now, have crossplay with PC, so it might be the similar servers or something. But this is going to be a standalone mobile game, so you know, just keep that in mind, guys. Don't be too harsh on them. They're trying their best, and yeah, it is working really well. So I really was scared that, oh man, this alpha will be a disaster. It is the first time they're testing out mobile only, but it is working so well. So I really think, guys, all these reasons combined, I think this is going to be a pretty early. It is earlier than expected for a lot of people, I think, this release. I mean, there is a lot of people who are right now, lol, dude, I expected this to be released in June. Come on, man, come on. Like, or, man, I expected a full release in July now after this alpha. Come on, dude, you can't. Listen, guys, listen, man, okay? If you're thinking that, you can't be that greedy, okay? We can't have it that early, but we will get it pretty soon, I think. And I'm really happy to see this development going so smoothly, this alpha going so smoothly. It is a good sign for all of us, because we will finally get this game into our hands pretty soon. We will be able to clown on the enemies just like he is, with this beautiful vein, right? Also, something I just noticed before I recorded this video, he is playing against Yikes. How funny is that? Yikes is on the enemy team there. If you're watching this, Yikes, well played, but this is the Vein God. Not much you could do, I guess. But yeah, anyway, that is pretty much gonna be it for this video. He is gonna be ending this game pretty soon as well. And we are gonna, of course, check out the rest of the gameplay really quick. Is there anything I forgot to say? Not really too much, honestly. I think I said pretty much everything. The big things are the comparisons between the other mobile games of Riot Games so far, which really went through very quick testing. The other in general games by Riot Games so far, which went through very quick testing as well, like Valorant, like Legends of Runeterra on PC first, TFT on PC first, and yeah, TiMi and Tencent. TiMi made AoE for Tencent, so Tencent kind of oversaw this alpha stage in Vietnam and Thailand for Arena of Valor. They will probably oversee this alpha stage a little bit as well for Riot Games and Wild Rift, so I feel like it will have similar time frames. It just makes sense, right, to have similar time frames. We're gonna skip a little bit here. He's gonna finish very soon. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what your thoughts are. Again, this is just purely speculation though, okay? But I am hoping for kind of an open alpha, open beta in September. Maybe August if we're lucky, but that is maybe pushing it, you know. But September seems pretty juicy, seems like a nice little time to release. Maybe they will be greedy and make an open beta with some microtransactions already for the summer holidays, you know, in August and stuff. He gets a quadra kill, beautiful, well played. Anyway guys, I think that was a really sick gameplay to watch too while you're listening to my cringe voice talking about potential everything. Everything potential, as I said, just speculation, nothing confirmed. The only thing that is confirmed is that the interview he said, Feral Pony said that they are still on track for this 2020 release. And as I said, keep in mind, if they release it in 2020, so even if they release it in December, we will at least, at the very latest, we'll get an open beta in like October, okay? That is the very latest date. So if they're still aiming for a 2020 full release, which I think they will, because it's really juicy to release a game before Christmas, because everyone, hey, all the kids are gonna be hoping for those Riot points under the Christmas tree. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Check out Zemerson on his social medias, Twitch TV especially, daily Wild Rift streams. Thank you again for providing these gameplays for us to enjoy, and hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like and I will see you guys the next time. Peace out boys, bye bye.